Crystal Edge technology screen. Today we're going to talk about turning cheap motorized projection screens into black OLED like projection screens, or you can paint this with some of the many other dark screen paint products that we develop and make. All right, so this screen right here is a motorized projection screen I picked up off of eBay for around $68. That's it. It's coated with the Black Nova 17 technology, which allows the screen to be able to produce amazing colors, amazing contrast levels, and beautiful white levels. And this is all by, like I said, with this technology, you can paint just about anything you want. We did a flexible surface screen. This was an old screen I had downstairs in the basement that I used basically under my work floor. I was able to take that screen, repaint it, bring it back to life, and do some demonstrations off of it. So this right here is the motorized projection screen, as you can see. And this screen cost me, again, $68 with free shipping. Now, I don't know how much it would cost in your neck of the woods, but that's what I got for the eBay merchant. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to go back and grab my tea real quick before it got cold. So what you want is deep, rich colors when it comes to your projection screen setup. And another thing you want is you need the ability to be able to block ambient light that's going to make contact with your screen at all times. Because you don't want to be sitting in the dark 24/7 due to the fact that you're afraid if your little light comes through or you have too much light in the environment, that your screen's going to wash out and fade away. As I said before, I can walk about the house and I can fire up my screens in fully lit environments and they will trigger. So I am going to put down at the bottom, if the merchant's still there, if you still sell these screens, I'll put down at the bottom where you can purchase a $68 motorized projection screen. This screen right here is around 92 inches, all I could fit in this little area right here. They do have them at 100 inches. I haven't seen them at 120. I see people ask me if I could find 120 inches. Couldn't find them. But they do have them at 100 inch. Now, I do know that Amazon has a motorized projection screen. It's an all black one, all black casing. It's made by Elite Screens. It's motorized. They got one for $309. That's extremely cheap for 120 inch motorized. 120 inch motorized are expensive. Even the cheap ones are expensive. And the fact to get one with an all black casing for $309, very, very reasonable. Extremely reasonable. All right, let's go with some 4K fish, YouTube, tropical. Ooh. Sorry about the yawning, people. It's been a busy couple of days. So what I'm doing, basically, we're going to do a couple panel demonstrations over on Facebook because I haven't done enough of those over there, live demonstrations. And I'm going to be going about my environment, showing off my screens because, as I said before, I thought to myself, well, I didn't say before, but what I thought to myself was, why am I designing or showing off any new screens? I have all these screens all over the house. I don't do enough demonstrations of. It isn't like I got one screen in my living room and I got to do the same demonstration for the same screen. We have multiple screens throughout the entire house that I never show off. So I'm doing some demonstration on those screens. And then we still got demonstrations to do on the deep blue for Nova, because that's another technology that we have to label and get out. And we have to do another demonstration on the dark hazel. Those are two other screen paints, and then we got invisibles and some other stuff we're working on. Let me show you how beautiful the screen comes up. But yeah, so getting back to topic. Yeah, painting a motorized projection screen using our technology, very easy to do. And let me show you something real quick, because I get this question all the time. The question I get is, once I paint the screen, can I roll it up or down? Yes, you can. You can roll the screen up or down if you want. I've had the screen, usually when I have the screen set up in here, I roll it down. But most of the time, it's rolled up in that compartment up there because I like to have light coming through my windows. So you can roll it up, you can roll it down, doesn't make a difference, not gonna crack. As I said before, you know, I can painted that fabric surface. That's the reason why I don't use white screens. That fabric surface that I had laying on my basement floor, repainted that thing looks incredible. We used it outside a few times. If we get good weather today, it'll be against the gate today, and I'll be outside today. So yeah, you can roll your screen up and down if you want. Now this is a customized screen because I know you're looking at it thinking like, why is this border white and this screen black? I customized the screen myself. So I wanted something different. I wanted my borders to be white. I wanted my screen to be black. Let's go back up again. So no, this stuff is designed to bleed through the screen. Now, as for the white trim, that right there, I'm using a polyurethane coating over top of that to make sure that paint stays intact. As there are stuff on the other end, our stuff's going to stay because, like I said, it's designed to bleed into the surface. That's why we request that when you do a fabric surface, that you may want, and it bleeds a lot, you may want to basically paint that surface first. So that way it doesn't bleed to the surface and you don't have uneven spots, especially when you're painting on a surface that's going to absorb more, some going to absorb less. You want to make sure I get it right back where I had it. You want to make sure that it dries evenly. So you want to coat it with 2 coats of paint to absorb, which is going to be for another demonstration. And then once you're done with that, then you apply the surface. Let's go take a walk as we usually do. So we come over here to the side. As I said before, the technology I developed, I should be able to stand anywhere in the room and that screen has to pull up. Which means if I'm sitting here working at my desk, doing some work over here, that screen has to pull up. I should be able to watch cartoons from here or TV shows from here, anywhere I'm at. If I'm sitting in that chair, the screen has to pick up. And again, in order for a screen to be able to pick up that nice coral reef, all that infrastructure in it, you can see the different details. You can see the octopus on the side camouflaging in. In order for you to see all of that in there, including the blues and the coral reef and everything, the screen has to have a white level in order to do that. If not, you wouldn't be able to see the screen at all. It'd be unwatchable. And again, this is a Black Nova 17. All right, like I said, I don't do enough demonstrations on the screen. Let's come over here and let's get another angle gain on this side. So when you get a white projection screen, as I said before, that's the cheapest screen that you're going to be able to get your hands on. Because they know, number one, you're not going to pick up color correctly. You're not going to pick up contrast at all. The white levels are going to be good. That's pretty much all you're going to get. And it definitely can't be used in the fully lit environment. I've got people contacting me saying, hey, can you fix this problem? Can you allow me to be able to see my screen in a fully lit environment? This is where that Nova Black technology comes in. All right, so we're going to keep this demonstration short and sweet because we've done all the testing on this we possibly can. And as I said before, and I'll say it over and over again, I have people ask me why we discontinue the ultralight gray. Look, ultralight gray was advanced gray screen paint, and it was, like I said, we tested it. We got demonstrations live on YouTube, showing it going against primer, showing it going against other gray screen paints, showing it going against certified screens, fully lit environments, passed all the tests, earned this label. But, like I said, even if we make an advanced version of a gray screen, it's old technology. It's old. People have to accept it. Gray screens and white screens are old. The technology is in dark technology. That's where it's at. Because you don't have any faded screen, you don't have any washed out images, you don't have to calibrate your projector, you don't have to sit there in a dark environment because you're afraid the screen's going to wash out. You don't have to go through any of that. Who wants to go through all that hassle? Nobody wants to go there. People want stuff that's going to be fast, convenient, and they want it to work. That's what they want. And a lot of people that are not professionals that are buying projectors for the first time, they don't want to calibrate a projector. And they sure enough don't want to turn their living room that once was well lit into a dark environment to accommodate the projector. They don't want that. No. I sit right over here on my desk and I read me a book. See, crystal clear. You're supposed to be in a well lit environment. Now, if you're going to be watching movies and stuff, of course you're going to turn your lights out. You want that movie theater experience where you can be watching movies 24/7 on your screen. Especially if you're going to use an ultra short throw, you can be watching, especially with your Fire Stick attached to it. You can be turning out the lights every time you want to watch something. That's insane. Who does that? I'll give you a kicker. We'll show you this at the lights out. Boom. See? Same thing. Lights on. It doesn't change. You notice that? It's designed not to change. The ambient light projection has to be just as good if your lights are on and off. I have people tell me that, what's the difference with the lights off? There you go, there's your difference. You know, the difference is that's what ambient light projection is supposed to do. You're supposed to see a slight little difference, that's it. Nothing dramatic. Only gray screens do that dramatic. You turn the lights off, it changes automatically dramatically. All right. Where is my? That's remote control. I need this one here. LG Beta Fish. I love this particular. Now, if the merchant is still around, and hopefully is, because I would like to get a couple more of these screens from him. So I got some projects coming up at $68. You can't beat that for a motorized projection screen. I'm going to pick up a few from him. I'll put a link at the bottom, like I said, if he's still around, and where you can actually pick up the screen for $68. I don't know what it's going to cost you for shipping in your area. I'm not sure about that. Outer Space 4K. Many people ask me, like, why do you do the Outer Space 4K? I do the Outer Space 4K because gray screens and white screens can't go there. That's a place they can't go. Outer Space Screensavers. Man, what the heck did she pick up for me? This is why I do the Outer Space Screensavers. Because it's very hard to pick up a contrast level in a fully lit environment for some screens. They struggle with that. That's why when they do those demonstrations, they do them in the dark because the screen has a much better chance of pulling a contrast level in the dark than it does with the lights on. To do a demonstration like this in a fully lit environment, they would have problems in here. They wouldn't be able to pull the screen. The contrast wouldn't come up at all. It's bad enough they're going to struggle with the lights up. They're going to struggle even harder when the lights are on. So that's why I do these demonstrations. And also, too, it cuts down on the copycats. We have people want to claim that they can do the same thing we can do, and they'll do half the video. They won't do the whole entire video from beginning to end, which means we'll show the colors, we'll show whites, and we'll show contrast levels. but they'll do everything, but they'll skip that contrast level because they know that's not going to be to come up on the screen. Anyway, isn't that beautiful? Let's pause that for a minute. I need to take a picture of this and put this up on the website. Just like that. All right. Got the call from people. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration on a motorized, or being able to paint motorized projection screens using our technology. And as I said in the caption, I said OLED Like. The screen's super jet black, which means it produces contrast levels better than other screens, way beyond what they can do. I said ambient light projection. We're in a fully lit environment. This is ambient light projection technology. So, and I said $68. And the screen cost me $68 on Amazon with free shipping. I'm sorry, eBay with free shipping. Go back to my tropicals. Tropical fish, 4K.
Felix?
You know, last thing to say, some of you have white projection screens right now. You can't do this. Screen's gonna wash, it's gonna fade, color doesn't come up at all, period. Do not go out and buy yourself a more higher luminous projector because you're just gonna be whitewashing your screen even faster. It's gonna be even more light making contact with the screen, washing the image. That's not gonna help. Pretty much when it comes to white screens, like I said, they're cheap, bottom dollar screens. There isn't anything you could do without our technology to make that screen look better. You paint it gray, you're still gonna have the same problems you had with the white screen. You're just gonna have a slight little better difference. That's pretty much it. Unless you go out and you spend the money for the big boy screens, which you spend the money for the $5,000, $4,000, you know, the bleeds, the dark star 9s, the black diamonds. That's where you're gonna spend the money to get that image to pop like that. And even though you spend that kind of money, you're still gonna have to be in a poorly lit environment or ambient light controlled environment. And you still have to spend the money for an expensive projector. And some people may say like, that's not really true. Oh, yes it is. Let me know when you see any one of their commercials being used in an environment as bright as mine. And let me know if they're using a projector that's pretty much an outdated old projector in their demonstrations. None? All right, there you go. There you go. All right, with that being said, I love doing this part right here. This is my favorite part. I like to be able to walk. This is where my office is at right here. My little setup, there's my little setup in here. I want to sit down and I want to watch my screen. I can sit right here and I can see my screen crystal clear. And all that light. Now, sorry about that. As I said before, if a Nova, and like I said, I love saying this because I like when people say that particular individual, Novas are dark. That screen was that dark, it'd be virtually impossible you couldn't see that screen. There's no way in the world you would be to see it in this environment. Impossible. You wouldn't be able to pick up the angle. You wouldn't be able to see anything of the screen. See? But yet, like I said, Novas get a lot of bad rap for people saying they're too dark. But the funny thing about it is, I don't see anybody doing any demonstrations where a Nova sits. Have you? Have you ever seen one demonstration of someone pulling off any of the demonstrations a Nova can do? No. Novas are untouchable. But again, as I always say, if you feel that you're just as good as we are, match or better the demonstration. Starfield screensaver. You knew it was coming. Let's see if we can find our star field. She decides she wants to reject today. Clear. I'm going to say that in every demonstration we do, match or better demonstration. And I bet you after I do about 20 of these match or better demonstration, nobody matches, not one of them. That's the whole challenge. To see exactly who is basically can compete with our technology. And this match or demonstration goes out to corporates, companies. We don't care what you, as long as you make a screen, try to match it. As a matter of fact, while you're at it, we have that 1100 lumen challenge demonstration on that fixed frame screen outside that has not been matched yet, and we challenged every company on that one. No one did it. As I said before, match or better the demonstration. All right, well, I'm done for today. I'm gonna put my screen up back where it belongs because I got other things to do. I don't need it anymore for today. When I get done, I just roll it right back up in the screen. Now, keep in mind, the reason why the screen looks this way, because this is a customized screen. You can do it. It's really easy. No, it's not easy to do. It's a pain in the neck. It really is. Literally, to put a white border or change your border to the screen, now it's easier to paint the screen with our technology, but when you're doing this right here, it gets a little tedious. I did 2 of these screens for myself. I'm just got, well, I was doing a demonstration and I was checking out some videos on my channel. I noticed a while back, I painted a white screen. I did a white screen and the borders were white. And the screen, the back of the wall is white and the screen was levitating. I did a levitating 120-inch screen in one of my video demonstrations. And I thought, gee, that was an amazing freaking screen. I don't even know why I got rid of it. But anyway, decided to do a motorized projection screen that's not levitating, but I wanted that white background and I wanted the screen to be black. It's like the opposite of what the screen is supposed to be. I'll get the remote control back before I lose it, because knowing me, I will lose my remote controls. Normal. Now, when we don't have the motorized projection screen running, we don't use it. I don't use it much. I use it for demonstrations, and this is where I bring up my curtains. I let my light come in. This is where I hook up my other equipment. It's my software equipment, because we do everything in here. This is the tech room, so a lot of stuff we test out of here. Set this in there correctly. All right, this is going to my camera. Check out my freaking camera. It's a 4K camera. I'm gonna clean that off. So we got projects we're doing in here. Connecting all this equipment up. Everything back to where it was. That's a Sony VPL FH30. And this is an FH36. Like I said, if you're going to be testing out screen paint products, you have to be to test your screens out against everything you can get your hands on. Man, we bring everything to the ringer. Look at that. You know, the different projectors I have over here. I got a bunch of them on the floor. I got a bunch of them downstairs. I got another 20 more in the basement, which I still got to go through. Which I might be doing away with the whole different projectors again. Some of them got to go. This one I need that for work. All right, so we're done here. So, you know, this is when I get done. Usually, I like to let my light come in. to my environment, because I don't like to be dark in my environment. Y'all know how I do things. I don't like to have dark in my environment. So if we're using the motorized projection screen, we'll have all the lights on here to keep it nice and bright on the screen. If I'm doing demonstrations on any one of these screens, then I'll make sure I have plenty of light in here. Move our giant game chair back over here. All right. Oops, a little off. I'm gonna make sure I snag up any one of my cords. I usually like to show a little something at the end after I show off some of my demonstrations. This is a magenta. You see the color of that screen now? I told you, the purple. See the color of that? That's a Nova Black. That's a magenta. They're dark purple. A lot of people don't really believe that screen is purple. Yeah, that screen is actually purple. They are gorgeous. But, unfortunately, they are no more. As I said before, I'm in the NDA over that technology right there. Company already acquired the rights to that. So that's why you don't see them anymore on the site. After November, they're going to be taking the place of the new owner. At the end of every video, I kind of like to show something off a little different. So we're going to show the magenta. Alright, we're using the Chrissy 505 projector. This is the projector I wanted to show you in the demonstration that I told you has something called advanced lens shifting. This projector right here is also a Chrissy. It does have lens shifting capability, but not like this one. Now this is off topic, and yes it will be off topic. A little something extra at the end. When you're setting up a home setup outside, people think you do a home projection screen outside. There's a whole lot of things that are different. Number one, if you have a long throat, where your long throat is going to sit. See where my long throat is sitting at? See how high up it is? That means when I walk around this environment, if I'm right over in here in this area, I'm good. If I walk out a little farther, my head's going to bounce off. You're going to see how my hands are going against the screen? You don't want this when you're doing a home theater setup. That's why we're showing off that screen that has front and rear technology, because you can put the projector behind the back of the screen and you don't got to worry about the kids having shadow puppets and all that crazy stuff. Or if you get ultra short throw, you can put your ultra short throw right up over here, because you can get about 150 inch screen with ultra short throw. We got one downstairs. So you put that a little farther up. You can put a small little fence across here to keep the kids from going over and tampering with the projector. Sorry about that. Some people, what they do is they'll have a seat here, and they'll have some seating here and some seating here, and they'll put the projector in the middle. You got a 4200 lumen projector, and little Johnny goes walking across that projector and catches that in the face. That could cause some problems later on, because like I said, I'm used to walking in front of projectors, so I can take a hit from a 42 or 3000 lumen projector, but a child like that or a dog or anything walking in front of that, that's not going to be too good. So that's why you see when people set up their projectors for outside, usually they'll have seating here or seating here, and then they'll have a table in the middle, and the projector will be in the table. Your kids get up and they walk in front of that. People don't think about that, and they get caught in the face with that 3000 lumens or 42 or whatever you may have out there. That's going to cause some problems. People don't think about that kind of stuff. You got to think you're setting up a very high-powered projector outside, and it's at the level of a child that may walk in front of it and get hit with it. And some people may think, oh, that's not, yeah, that stuff hurts. But I'm used to walking in front of projectors, so I don't like to. I try not to, but I do walk in front of them from time to time. But anyway, that's just me. Also, too, so if you look at a home theater setup, the projector is usually way up high. Now imagine this not having a wall, and this is outside. It's on some kind of stand. That's pretty much where your projector is going to be at. So all your people are sitting back here. They're not hitting the screen unless they do this. That's the only way they're going to hit the screen. So I say if you're going to do it in a professional way, do an ultra short throw in front, and put a little you can put a little gate there. Tell people do not cross this area right here, or in the back, make it rear. Or just build yourself an extremely high stand and stick your projector up there. I would suggest if you're going to stick it that far up on the stand, that means every time you got to climb up there, keep in mind, I forgot about that part. You got to climb up there, you got to put it up there and take it off because they're not weatherproof unless you get an outer box. Now, if you get an outer box for it, you can put it up on the outer box inside and you could run that thing 24/7 in rain, snow, sleet. Your projector's not going to get damaged because it's an outer box. But then you're going to have to find an outer box big enough to fit the projector that you're going to need. And the projector is going to have some kind of advanced, what do you call it, lens shift in order for it to actually go into the screen we're sitting. So I'll show you what the advanced lens shift is. All right, now, let me grab my remote control. My lights are going to change a bit over there. You think your remote control is nuts? Look at that. That's the remote control for my Chrissy. There is so much stuff in this projector right here. I haven't figured it all out yet. I know it has quad picture in picture. I can show multiple images up on the screen. I haven't even got around to half the stuff of what this thing can do. Look at this. Look how crazy that is. That is my freaking remote control for a Chrissy. Whew, you think that's worse? When you get to the venue projectors, remote controls get a little nutty. That's my remote control for my Sony VPO FA30 and FA36. A little more complicated than, but you can learn it. Take the time, you can learn it. All right, so we're going to do the lens shift because I talked about this in the last video and I never did it. All right, so there's a lens shift. I can take my screen, see, and I can put it all the way up on the ceiling. You can't do that with your everyday lens shift projector. Try it. See what happens. Yeah, it's not going to go that far up. This is an automatic lens shift. Now, if I set my projector up here, right, it would hit the ceiling. The lens shift would probably bring it somewhere, probably about the tip of it, right about there. That's all I would get. And this is what you need for your projector setting. If you set it up outside and decide you're going to put it up on a high stand, you're going to need an outer box to protect the projector, because that means every time you got to go in the house, you have to go up and climb up on this stand and remove your equipment. So you want to put it inside of an outer box, so that way, if it rains, sleets, or snows, you can have it up there, no worries whatsoever. Just go up and just disconnect the cables, even Bluetooth, whatever way you want to do it. It's up to you. But you're going to have to figure a way how you're going to hide the power cables. All that's going to be protected. It can be done. It's very easy. But like I said, if you're going to take that road, that's what that road's going to require. If you're going to do it right the first time. All right, so let's bring it down. I want my screen back. So go back to my lens shift. The right one. Oh, we are on lens shift. I forgot we're on the ceiling. That's why. And you're going to have advanced lens shift, which means you're going to have a unit that can take your image that's going to be that far off the ground and bring it right back on that screen. That's what you're going to need. And that's why I was suggesting to a customer who was doing an outside display for gaming and movies and stuff like that to buy this particular projector. This particular projector would cost them about $500 or $600. If you would have bought this projector brand new, you're talking about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 easily. No lens either. You're not getting a lens with it, because mind you only get the lens because if you buy the projector used, depending on the merchant, you may get the lens. These things have interchangeable lenses, so I can pop my lens out, put another one. If I want to make this ultra short, I can make it ultra short throw. If I want to make it extended throw, I can make it extended zoom lens, or I can change out my lenses to multiple lenses on here. But usually they never come with the lens. You have to spend a couple $1,000s more for the lens. Okie dokie, oakley dokley. Okay, our lens shift here. That's as far as I can go down to the floor. That's it. So I can go from the ceiling all the way down to the floor from right there. And I don't know what game that is, but I had to purchase that one today because it looks pretty good. All right, go back up. There we go. That's the advanced lens shift. So now you got a little bit more information if you decided you want to set up an outdoor projection screen. I mean, if it's just you and somebody else, you're cool, a couple people, you know what I mean? You have some adults over. You know, you tell them, hey, look, projectors here, so and so. You can do it simple, but like I said, if you got big family gatherings and get-togethers and all that stuff like that, I don't know why you wouldn't COVID, but again, if you have that kind of setting right there, you're gonna have to put that projector high up off the ground. So basically, nobody walks over it, trips over it, drops something on top of it, or messes up your equipment. You're gonna have to put it somewhere safe because you know people spill things and drop things. Oh yeah, and the last thing you want is a dog running around at your barbecue, or your dog's running around and your projector's sitting on the ground or basically a little high up. Up. They don't take much to break them. It don't. A projector takes probably one time to fall, and that's it. That's your ball busted. Because I've done it already. I broke a brand new BenQ projector, brand new. Just got it 2 days ago. Went in the backyard, put it on one of these stands right here, and a gust of wind caught it and knocked it over, and that was the end of it right there. Brand new. Got it for a big deal. Got it for like $100-something. Last one. All right, so let's show this off real quick. Since I told you, anytime we do the motorized projection screen, the room has to be well lit. The room has to always stay in a well lit environment. Anytime we do the 135s or the screens behind us, these windows have to be open. It's good to have my internet fixed. Let's see. Matter of fact, I need to disconnect this unit because we're not using this unit. I think we're going to be using this one downstairs today with the fire stick. Where's the fire stick equipment at? Oh, everything's over here. Okay. Oh, I'm sitting here hitting this over and over again, like, how come that's not responding? I forgot that I'm not actually on the PS4. I'm just getting my equipment ready because I have some more demonstrations to do on that the dark invisible technology. We have more demonstrations to be doing on that too. There's 4 in that category of screen. Those dark invisibles. And this is a magenta. Like I said, if you're able to get one, hey, hats off to you. If you weren't, well, sorry about that because you can't get it now. I'm not saying I warn people, but like I said, you know, it was bound to happen. I told you because the screens were different colors. It was bound to happen. That company was going to come and scoop it. You know? Why do you think I haven't painted over this screen yet? We have a gunmetal screen, we have silver screen. Do you think I'm gonna paint over this screen? Oh, heck no. Do you know how beautiful, oh my goodness, magentas are gorgeous screens. No. I got about 5 gallons of this stuff for myself already, that when I move to the new house, I'm getting a couple of these painted in the house. This screen is gorgeous. In the world. I'm going to basically not have one of these in the new house. Definitely plan to have one. All right, so as is going on, just going to show you a little bit of the magenta. Isn't that beautiful? Purple screen. Or dark purple. And that usually we have screens that come up with that weird color. They have the most when it comes to that color coding technology. All right, people. Well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration on the motorized projection screen. Hopefully you'll pop over to eBay, get yourself a cheap projection screen for $68 or whatever price you choose to pay for it. As I said before, when you paint these motorized screens, they're really easy to do. I would suggest getting green frog tape when you paint them because I just like green. I like the frog tape. I do. Frog tape is the best. I'm not getting paid to say that. And I use their tape for everything. It's the best. So that's the best way to go. I stay away from anything that blue or whatever that painter's tape is. No, I'm good. I don't need that. Because I don't need any mistakes when I paint the screen. If you look at that screen, when it came down from edge to edge, it is flawless, perfect, like a laser. That's what that frog tape does. That's why I need something that's going to work and I can rely on it. And that's why I always use green frog tape. So I always like to add a little something extra at the end. All right, well, that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I have to go in. Camera's on a slant there. God bless.